I wanted to ask Yaya a question, because when I watch the movie, every time, I've seen it now twice, 3 times, and every time I see it and I see you get spit on, I just wonder, does something primal take over? I think there's nothing worse in the world, and I think about all those people who did that for us. But I just think, even as an actor, you're acting, but when somebody spits on you, does it take you to another space inside yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse, also for talking about authenticity. I think one of the things that was great about Lee as a director, especially in our scenes, it was so crucial that the extras be just as authentic as the costumes, as all the other details that the set designers spent so much energy into recreating. And it was the first time that I saw a director address the extras the way that Lee does, and really make them feel important, included, and just as pivotal to the movie's success as the principal actors. And because of that, and it took, especially in that scene, it took a lot of encouragement. The girl did not want to do it. She was, she felt bad, and it just had to be real. We tried to do it fake, and it didn't work. And, Lee, like everyone else is saying, is kind of relentless. So I'm here, we're sitting there, and we're supposed to be composed. We're supposed to be enduring this and having compassion for our oppressors, right? And Lee's like, again, so yes, it felt real. The stench was real. I wanted to vomit afterward. My heart rate was high. I was, shaking, and body temperature rises. Everything about acting is so fascinating. It's make-believe, but then it's not. You're lending your body over completely to a character, and at times it can really affect you, and it can take a really long time after he yells "cut" to shake it off. Yeah, that was probably the roughest scene that I've shot thus far in life, and but it was a really great experience. It was great. Thank you.
We felt that watching.
We spend so much time running from discomfort in life and anything that we do, and the process of making the film is really about diving headlong into it and catching it on film for you guys to absorb, and that's authenticity, I think.
I was just wondering, Lee, and I'm not a question asker, and this is not my place, but it's that scene. Just Oprah, when you brought it up, I really had to thank you because that actually happened to me, and I know people would be in shock and not really want to believe or accept that, but it did. So it's like that right there, that was almost the deepest thing to me in the movie, because I know what you went through, and it happened to be on a bus as well. It was a school bus, but it was.
Where somebody spit on you?
Yeah, in the face and in the same way.
And it's
but
gross.
It is the vilest thing,
Yeah.
That was I did this movie because it was for me, it was a father-son story, and it was a father and son love affair, and which transcends race. So it really wasn't the civil rights movement was in the back of my head. I loved the father and son, how Danny constructed this father and son sort of love affair. And we don't see it with African-American families. And that was the beauty of the story. And it wasn't until we were on the bus and we were shooting that bus scene where it was hot, and we were on a bus where black men were actually hung from. They were hung from that bridge that we were shooting it at. And I yell, "Action!" And I'm in the bus with these actors and these kids, and from nowhere come the Nazis and the KKK and the cursing and the spitting and the shaking of the bus. And I yell, "Cut!" And they can't hear me, and they continue on. And David and Yaya and I are looking at each other like, what the hell? And then for that millisecond, I understood what it was like to be them. Not just the black kids that were there, but the white kids that were there, that were willing to risk their lives for freedom. They were heroes. And I broke down crying because I knew then that this was not just a father and son love story. This was some other kind of big kind of other kind of thing that, as Oprah says, the aha moment. Yeah.
The life story moment.